Hi, thank you. I'm really excited to be here. My name's Kate Mulligan. I was told that I should do my censored act, so I'm a little bit nervous. I was told to, only use clean jokes and take out any sexual content or swear words. So you guys are in for a treat. Here comes my censored act, okay? Hey, everybody. Do you know what makes me really mad? And another thing. Hey, ladies, don't you hate it when your man... Thank you and good night. Thank you. You guys are like, she's not walking off. She has the mic with her. So we're in the first quarter of 2008 still. I have not had a great 2008. I'll be honest about that. I've had some bad car karma. I was in Chicago for the holidays, got back to LA, and the first thing that happens is I total my car, and I don't even have a DUI or a prison sentence to show for it, which is totally annoying. But also before I went away for the holidays, I had gone out to Palm Springs to visit some family, and I was driving, on the 10, going like 60 or 70 or 80 or 90 or 100 miles. I mean, there's no way to tell how fast you're going in a car. And I hit this piece of metal, and the first thought that popped in my head was, oh boy, I sure hope my tire doesn't go flat. And right after I had that thought, I looked in my rearview mirror, and sure enough, I saw this, this piece of tire blowing away. And the first thought I had, and I'm not kidding you, was, oh, that's too bad, someone just lost a tire. And I was thinking about it. Humans, we have this thing, we have this denial, it's the same sort of denial like when you take your shoes off, you're like, ooh, somebody's feet smell. I will get to the bottom of that mystery. It's the same sort of denial that we have now that pregnancy tests come in packs of 2. Because well, this one says I'm pregnant, but maybe I accidentally peed baby. I better take another. You're like, no, you're promiscuous. Of course you're pregnant. For the record, I also made a list of things I'd rather see in my rearview mirror while driving, and the T-Rex from Jurassic Park was on that list. I would rather see that than my own tire blowing away. I do make lists of, I'm a big list person, so I've also made a list of women that I don't like. So number 1 on the list is anyone who's not me. And number 2 on that list, and you all know one, is women who harmonize. You know them, you've been in a car with them, you have, your iPod blaring, and, everybody's having a great time, you're all, it's like rain on your wedding day, and this bitch is in the back, it's the free ride when you've already paid, it's the good advice that you just didn't take, then who would have thought it figure? It's like, can we get her out of the car? Like, you were allowed to be in my car if you either don't sing or only sing melody. So, also iPods, speaking of iPods, good segue there, Kate. Speaking of iPods, I don't know if you've noticed, there's iPod ads, sort of newer iPod billboards. Like if you remember the first generation iPods, it was sort of like one solid color and then a silhouette of somebody dancing, like listening to the white earbuds. And it was, you could usually tell like they were dancing, like, oh, okay, that person's doing the twist, or, oh, that person's doing the Courtney Cox dancing in the dark, like, great. You can always tell what the dancing was like. At the very most extreme, it was like, oh, that person's crumping, at the very most extreme. But these new ones are like tons of colors, and the silhouette, it looks like the person is getting either punched in the face or kicked in the stomach. Because I'll tell you something, I don't know this dance. To me, that is somebody getting punched in the face. This dance, that's just somebody getting kicked in the stomach. I don't know, I think iPod is trying to tell us something that, danger if you use our product, our new products. Because the other day I was actually leaving a friend's house and I was like, oh, okay guys, I'll see you later. I'm just gonna put my iPod on and walk home. Does anybody know why this happened? Anybody? No? Cool. So that's annoying. Let's see what, music. So along the lines of music still, I'm still kind of angry that 2 years ago the Black Eyed Peas won a Grammy for a song called My Humps. Anybody else outraged by that? No? Okay, well I guess for me it was somewhere in between the lyrics, my humps, my humps, my humps, my lovely lady lumps, and the lyrics, put your milk in my Cocoa Puff, milky, milky Cocoa Puff, that I thought the song was crap. What do I know? I'm just a genius. But I think I was sort of thinking, like, what would I be less surprised by? And I was like, oh, I think I'd probably be less surprised by, like, George W. Bush winning Pacifist of the Year, you know? I'd probably be less surprised if the Nobel Prize for Literature went to the children's book, Everybody Poops. You know? I think I'd probably be less surprised if the Oscar this year had gone to Keira Knightley for Atonement because acting with your teeth clenched is good acting. What's her deal? What is Keira Knightley's deal? I gotta say, she's one of those people, like, I actually would like to rearrange my list of women I hate. She's number 3 now. There's something, like, I've never seen her in an interview, but I imagine it would be something like this, you know. Keira, it's been a very busy awards season. It's finally over. What are you going to do to relax? I like to brush puppies. You know, like, she's always, like, she's got one level and it's, like, angry. Like, Keira, you know, people are worried that you're getting too thin. What would you say to them? You try to eat without opening your mouth. She's just a nightmare. Speaking of people who are kind of a nightmare, Britney Spears, to this day, is still one of my more favorite people. Here's the thing, like, any comic knows, you know, like, Britney Spears is doing the best, wow, Freudian slip. Sorry, the set was supposed to be clean and I accidentally said breast. Britney Spears sort of does the best Britney Spears jokes around, you know? So, but here's why I still tell Britney Spears jokes. It's because one night while I was fast asleep, an angel came to me and whispered in my ear, every time you talk about Britney Spears, she gets punched in the ute. So that's why I do it. So, Britney Spears. To me, the way she sings is disturbing. To me, it's, you know, like, it's sort of like a toddler learning how to speak for the first time, you know? It's like, but I've always thought, like, what would happen if Britney Spears actually spoke the way she sang? Can you imagine her going into a Starbucks? Hi. I want a vanilla frappuccino with whipped cream on top. Can you imagine that? I really, really, really love impressions. I'm not that great at them myself, but I've also been told that I pick the wrong impressions to do. Apparently, I shouldn't do Bill Cosby, because apparently when I do Bill Cosby, I look like a meth addict, you know? Apparently. Theo, come downstairs and tell your father how your day at school was. Does anybody have any meth? No? Just me? Just me. That's fair. That's totally fair. Also, I've been working on my Felicia Rashad. Also, Bill Cosby, you know, very recently had been sort of, you know, the black community was a little bit outraged because he had said, you know, like, let's rise above the stereotypes. But I have to say, Bill Cosby, you perpetuated a lot of stereotypes on your show. For example, Theo never entered or exited the house without carrying a basketball. That is true. Also, like, you don't want to perpetuate the stereotypes like, oh, black people give their children weird names. Great, why doesn't your son's best friend on the show be called Cockroach? You remember that? The character's name was Cockroach? Anyway, all black women are sassy. Great, cast Felicia Rashad, the sassiest black woman of all time. You know, she was like, Cliff, now I know you did not tell Rudy that she could have cake for breakfast because you know very well that she cannot have cake in this house. Ha ha! Thank you guys, you've been awesome. Thank you so much. I'm Kay Mulligan.